They're building a Chick-Fil-A over there on the right. Do you have a Chick-Fil-A in your state? Let me know in the comments box below. I'm in Northern California, and there's quite a few Chick-Fil-A's now. It's a pretty good chicken sandwich. People are pretty happy that work there. It's overall a pretty good experience most times. Most visits. I really hope the Zoom H5 is recording. This is a good time to tell a little story about the Chick-Fil-A. I'd say it was about 8-10 years ago. The Chick-Fil-A over in Walnut Creek, California opened up. And yeah, I was on a run. I was on a very big run. This is back in the day when I was doing big runs. I'm talking like 20 plus mile type runs. And I started in Danville, California. And I ended up in Walnut Creek after running over and through parts of Mount Diablo. And I found myself over near the Chick-Fil-A. And I found myself with no money. And I found myself with all out of like electrolytes. And I asked the cashier, I was like, I'm so sorry, you probably get this every day, but may I have a beverage? Like just a small drink. Like I am very tired and I need electrolytes. Or I'm not going to make it home. Because I needed to run home like another, like, that was like another, like, 15 miles away. Oh, hold on, let me take this call. What is this? Hello? Hello? That didn't work. That's a bummer. I just press this button. It takes a call. Hello? Hello? Meh. Hello? Well, that's a bummer. Well, eventually I'll get my other... Eventually, we'll get the new helmet all set up. This helmet doesn't seem to pick up calls from the little doodad here. That's unfortunate. I don't know, cement truck? Or grain truck? Or something? I don't know. Okay. I might continue my story in just a moment. Let's merge over first.
20 minutes later.
Anyhow, back to the story. Back to the Chick-fil-A story. Where we left off was I needed electrolytes. Pretty sure that's where we left off. Anyhow, I was like, shopkeep, cashier, I'm so sorry you could ask this probably 20 times a day. But I was wondering, can I bum a drink off you guys, or may I have a drink? I'm desperately in need of electrolytes. And the cashier kind of looked at me, and he saw I was like in runner clothes and everything. Not looking too shady or anything, just a tired, sweaty runner that had no supplies left. I had my red Camelback that had some water in it, but I needed more than water. I needed more. I needed like some Gatorade or something. He's like, yeah, I got you. And he goes into his wallet. He goes into like his own pocket, his own wallet, like takes a couple of bucks out and puts it in the cash register. It's like, oh, did you just like pay for that drink for me? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy you a drink. He's like, you can't just give me a cup. He's like, no, they're inventoried. We gotta keep track of everything. I'm like, dude. I was like, you're the man. I'm like, thank you so much. I got my drink and had a couple, couple rounds of Gatorade. I think they had some Gatorade or lemonade, iced tea, something. Not iced tea, but like something with a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt. Get my body amped up for the rest of the journey. And I was like, thank you so much. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna hook you up. Like I gotta hook you up. He's like, no, it's cool. I see you, like, you look like you ran a long ways. You look like pretty dehydrated. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. But no, I'm gonna come back. I was like, okay. Like in his mind, he's like, I've never seen this guy again. No way. He's gonna be out the door. He's gonna run out the door, literally. That'll be that. I'm like, no, I got you. And then like, okay, I ran home. That in itself, like running home, that's like another story. But like, yeah, I got home eventually. Then like a couple days later, I mean that Chick-fil-A in Walnut Creek, California. It's right near that 24-hour fitness. And at that time, when I was still living in that area, I attended that 24-hour fitness every so often. I would go there, and I was like, oh, I gotta go see if the guy's back there, the young cashier. And I went in, and I was like, oh yeah, there's the guy, still there, still working. That was just a few days later or whatnot. I was like, hi, do you remember me? Like, oh yeah, I remember you. Like, here you go. I didn't give him a lot, I gave him like $5. I was like, here you go. And I think he was like, oh no, that's too much. I'm like, no way, man, you like got me all the way home. That's like the least I could do for you. I was like, he's like, oh thanks, yeah, that's awesome. Or he's just like, oh, that's cool. It's like, he's just big smile on his face. Like, probably in his mind he didn't say all the words, but he's like, he didn't say it, but he's like, oh, this guy came back. Like, no one ever comes back or whatever. But you gotta follow the reciprocity rule. The reciprocity, right? You can correct me in the comments box below, or make your own video saying, no, John, it's pronounced this way. But anyhow, yeah, you gotta, like, you know, if someone does something for you, you should freaking repay him. If you can, repay him back more, if you can. If it's not too hard. But yeah, no, that guy on that day, like, saved my bacon, like, getting home, helped me get home. If I didn't have that drink, I would have not made it home. I don't know what I would have did. Would have had to, like, hitchhike or something. Go to, like, my closest friend's house, which is, like, 5 or 6 miles away. Which isn't too big a deal. But I'd rather just make it home. And I did. After a couple drinks, couple fill-ups at the Chik-Fil-A, after the cashier paid out of his own pocket, might I add, for me to have a drink. I mean, that's not only is that a nice person, that's an honest employee, nice person. And yeah, maybe they might have got in trouble if they just gave me a cup like off the till. So like that was all legit. He paid for it, gave me a cup. I had a couple drinks, went home, came back a couple days later, going to the gym, just dropped in to see if he was there, repaid the person, paid the nice cashier, and that was it. That was that story. That was my run really far, run out of fuel, have no money story. It's happened more than once, but that's the Chick-fil-A story, and that made me like a Chick-fil-A fan, even though it's really like the character of their employees is just like really good, and like that pays. I mean, that's a display of the Chick-fil-A. That's like displays like the character of like how like the type of people Chick-fil-A hires. So that's really nice. I mean, he's a really nice person, but it also shows you what kind of company that type of company, the type of people it hires. It's like, wow, it made me a fan. That was a long time ago. And yeah, and then I started going to Chick-fil-A's more often after that, buying actual chicken sandwiches and like big meals and stuff, things that cost more than a couple dollars. Take my friends there. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people that aren't fans, but I like it. I dig a Chick-fil-A sandwich now and again. So yeah, that's my story about ending up at Chick-fil-A and eating a beverage. Yep. Anyhow, we're riding